clicked the thumbnail thing to do like a 3, 2, 1 blast off, but now you get to see it live once I select a deck. So let's see here. I want some tips off the old block. Okay, because we're not like chucking anything that we've, you know, determined thus far. It's just like, you know, what do we apply it to? So let's see here. I have a feeling they're gonna let me go, which is great because release is release, right? If we're gonna look at the bottom line, release is release. You know, who threw the first punch? It doesn't matter now. No, things are being handled. And I'm having some, I'm having a reformation of pasta. Did you know that even with angel hair pasta, if you leave it sitting in water, even for like an X amount of time longer, it'll water down anything, any kind of sauce, the most flavorful sauce ever, to, it'll ruin it. I don't know what it does. It's like, I can't even compare it to like diet whatever drink. It's completely mutes things out. So reformation of pasta right here. And it's good. So much better. Oh my god. All right, so let's do this, okay? And panel, what do you want to say? Boop. 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Page of Pentacles, right side, 2 of Cups on the other. This is good. This is good. You're going off on your own. Look, it's transiting from one world to another. You see the crack between the two? There's been like an earthquake thing going on here. So we're doing the Marty McFly thing, transiting with a hoverboard. Our own pentacle, or ascended pentacle. Like, oh, I'm no longer invested in shits and giggles or the niceties. This is factual. Now I have to like cite laws and like little governed statements when it comes to work. And that's when they know you know too much, because it corners them. So, you know what? Let's see what rolls out. It's good. There's even like a stepping stone down to the new world. It doesn't seem like it's stable, but it's holding your weight. Because guess what? That stepping stone is also ascended. It came from an ascended master bestowed onto thee. You know what I'm getting? Tektite. Meteorite energy. Definitely. Very nice. On the recipient side is harmony. Harmonious relationships at that. So I'm excited for this. Like, do you know how many times I reached out to, I almost wanted to say my ex, but this kind of like ex energy. The bosses on the time off today. Like, it's actually specifically regulated in the handbook on a separate sheet to confirm that when you're that the offices in America are closed at 1 p.m. preceding a Monday holiday. But then the high and mighty, what is it? Holier-Than-Thou wants to provide certain approvals for it. And it's like, that gives them wiggle room to, you know, crack whatever whip they want. But like, I'm tired. I don't see it worthwhile to like defend myself. I'm just speaking facts, you know, at this point. So I've reached out multiple times, not just in one single day, but proceeding. And this is like not a new thing. If you've been doing this thing for a decade and a half for the same company, it's not a new federal holiday. It's not a new procedure. So, yeah, so it was just crazy weird to the point where like I had to text them 15 minutes before the time off. It's like, well, I got to know if I'm working a full time, like if I'm supposed to be working a full day today, by law, by 1:30, I need to clock out for lunch. Still no response. And so I'm like, what a waste of time, you know? But and it's not even really a waste of time because collectively speaking, the higher ups, the people that are seeing all these things transpire, they're gonna know. Yes, they're gonna know. And so, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like I tried to do it like the appropriate way, like the most accepted way. And then I tried to do it like in an accommodating way where it includes others because I'm not the only one with the inquiry. I'm not the only one that has a personal life. I'm not the only one that delivered on what expectations were needed. So by the end of the day, or you know, supposedly the end of the day, I texted them and I said, you know, I just need to know, just letting you know also that I delivered on all of the things that are requested and required, and plus completed some projects that were not what you call it, that were not anticipated on completing this early. So you know, just letting you know. And so it was just weird that stepping out. Yeah, it was just really weird. Like my time card was also approved beyond the time that the period was set, so that also told me, because like shit like that isn't like no mistake, unless you're drunk off your ass and you're approving time cards. You know? So that's the only reason I would see, other than the fact that I'm being let go early without making a big deal. Like maybe if we do it this way, then it's not going to create like a big deal. Like people are going to come back from their holiday and it's going to be like, oh, just another day. And then 2 months later, they're going to be like, oh, where'd Tina go? Oh, she didn't work out or she had some other opportunity, etc. And just like they did with the others. The others, oh my God. Mm. Queen of Swords spoke the truth. You over there. You see that? That's crazy. Oh, also, I don't know what came over me, but I did take my 15-minute break. And I walked and walked and walked. I walked like, I don't know, 3 or 4 blocks. And I came back. It was crazy. I walked all the way to the point of the airport and then I turned right back. It was amazing. I was like, how I could have been doing this all along. Anyway, I saved myself from cigarettes. I think it's been over a week, maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. But it's become easier, like almost like an afterthought. Like, now I don't have to deal with all that extra stuff, you know? I just added to my retirement plan. My future company match. But yeah, this is for reals. For reals is good. This is looking forward to moving forward. It's just like kind of like despicable how it's carried out. And being that it's carried out like this, I know that there's some cover-ups in HR or something. Like, there's something there. I know there is, because they did it with somebody else. I know they did. I know. You want the details? Call me. Anyway. Bada bing, bada boom. 5 of Swords. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody's got to die. Like, somebody's got to go. So maybe this is their kickoff, their official kickoff. Like, I know we're going to have layoffs, but we did it. Like, we made our executive decision, and now we can buy ourselves a little bit more time clinging on to our greed. You know, our greedy ones? So, like, I jump-started the process, so now the rest of us are safe for a good amount of time. It's crazy. Anyway, let's not indulge in that. We're doing some tips off the old block. What do you want to say, my crew? My green crew. My, what do you call it? My panel. This scares me. I got super thick. I'm wearing athletic clothes. Whew. It feels like Spanx. It does, but I'm like, you know what? At least it's holding my shit together. And I mean, not for real, like, aesthetics, but like when you're walking, it gets kind of uncomfortable when you got like a lot of thickness going on and things are just like moving and just like, no. Bottom of the deck. Universe consecration. So it's walking that plank, following after those that also are successful. Shedding old skin. You see? This looks like a caterpillar, but if you look closely, they're like lemurs. Something like that. Okay. Caterpillar. All right, so some tips off the old block. Tip number 1, fascination. Queen of Cups. Rely on your own intuition. It is absolutely fortified, certified. You see that cup that she's holding? Look at the fucking bottom. Or, no. Shh. Look at the bottom. It's branded. It's certified. It's stamped. It's embossed. Granted by the divine. Yeah. Shining a new light. It's almost like a magnifying glass with a moon card. This is Team Sagittarius. It's flower moon. So there's obvious happiness here with 2 dolphins up here. It's flower children. Yeah. So trust on your own intuition. Give more weight to that, because a lot of people are kind of absorbing that material too. It's good. One thing I do have to say. Can I say it? Is it a time to say it right now? Because I find it very irritating. Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I can say it. Because this is not my kind of energy. Okay. This is something that I'm very not fond of. Today, this morning, I saw on somebody else's feed, basically, because they're also a reader, saying something about like, hey, I had a great idea. What, something about like figuring out how to get to the underground celebrities. And it's like, does anybody want to know about this stuff? Like how to get in with them? And I was like, that's disgusting. I hope they see that you're a nasty gold digging freak that is trying to rally up her troops because all you care about is yourself. Nasty energy. So I like plug it. It's like, that's gross. Ugh. So, okay, so they wanted to say this part, which is 5 of Pentacles in reverse and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So, it's like they devolved or something. Like, it's, you know, 5 of Pentacles in reverse is a great thing. Not feeling any lack, like you're sufficient. Everything's like, you're not in lack mindset. Everything's like pretty good. And it's like ruining a good thing with a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So that's what I'm leaving behind, those energetics, you know? Like as if that state isn't good enough. And it's like, yuck. Do you hear that? The siren. Let's get a clarifier for that. Because I don't want to be talking shit if it's not truly shit. You know? So, Kali, you'll tell me what's real, right? 9 of Wands in reverse. So you don't show up to people's pity party, whatever kind of like variation that is. Like when you look at that, you go like, Mr. T, I pity a fool. So you know what? We're not into those pity parties. We don't need to show up. We don't need like we don't even, I don't even think we need to go as far as blacklisting them. It's just like, I already know that energetic. It stinks off of you. And I'm not involving myself in that at all. So, you do your thing and I'll do mine. I'll be sure to do mine. Yeah. So also, in the most like ascended sense, you know, when you're being like absolutely heavenly, angelic, is you already like integrate forgiveness in it. And with that, the gesture equates to you lower your guard. Like it's more like don't need to be defensive about it. Like you just know that they're gonna learn their lessons. You know that they're not gonna get what they want. You know that when celebrities or high profile people see this kind of energy, they like they know it just like the back of their hand. So it's not like anybody's going to be fooled other than the people that are trying to do this. So the part of forgiveness is it's like it has nothing to do with me. It's all to do with them. It's just an observation. And so the only part of discerning in it is just I don't want that part of my group. I don't want that tainting, or I'm not going to. I'll be for sure not to taint my area with that kind of energy. It's gross. So there's a new rotation. The new kid's in town. She's a high priestess. She knows exactly where to go. No longer in that hamster wheel. Stepping down. On a horizontal hamster wheel. Stepping down from that cycle. Hopping over the rainbow. Chop, chop, chop. Following those pentacles. Exactly where to go. You know what I'm hearing? I think it's E40. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me where to go. Yeah. That's funny. Tell me where to go. I don't know. Page of Cups. Reduction. Okay. So maybe there's a -1. It tips off the old block. Okay. So when you're... reduction is kind of weird, especially for like the content that we're talking about here. So if they're reducing the team size and the team effectiveness by like cutting me out, the energetics in some tell me, like if you're looking at the bottom line, you're always cut out. Okay? You're a little snowflake, baby. Why are all these sirens happening? That's crazy. So just know, like I know I'm not to be afraid of, and it's clicking. Like I'm I'm just intrigued at what will happen. And I know I've said that like so many times in the past few readings, but it's just strange to me. Like, what's gonna... Anytime I have to assess my feelings on something that would, like, I know what the norm is. Most would be like scared shitless or upset or whatever, angry, just like bubbling over. There's just this new vibe about me, and it's coming almost effortless. So anytime like I don't want to say triggered, but like automated to think a certain way and then question why it's not that way, why I'm not behaving that way, the overlapping message, like the switcheroo, like the changeover, is that karma is going to be happening. Karma's coming. Do you understand? Like, it's massive. And you know what? Once I'm officially cut out, they don't have access to my energetics. You know, at all. At all. They have no entitlement whatsoever to validate any part of my energetics. And that's how they're truly going to get fucked up. Let me get a clarifier for that. Tip off the old block. What is this? Nine of Cups in reverse, yep. Satiety. Satiety? Anyway, it's Nine of Cups in reverse. So, this is a new level of dissatisfaction. Oh my gosh, somebody, like, look. Talk about somebody being trashed. Somebody's going to have to go to AA. That's what it shows me here. You know what this is? This is the Hanged Man in reverse. You see? You see? Where's his other leg? The only variation could be it's like that, which I've slept like that before or whatever, lay down like that. But, like, okay, so that would be the Hanged Man, right? That collapsed, basically. It's in reverse. It's a rude awakening. So somebody's dealing with, let's not make fun of this because I just got word that some people are having to battle through their addictions. And so this is massive for them. A rude awakening in, like, they really, really, really do need help. Yeah. This is the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups hidden in plain sight along with the Four of Swords. It's that collapse, that ultimate collapse. So, this is in reversal, Nine of Cups. It's bringing into awareness, like, what truly makes you happy. Because the short run isn't cutting it anymore. We have to look at long-term stability, satiety, and on the long range. Like, we don't have to look as far as our retirement plan or whatever, although that's nice to have. Some would say, especially in that mode, that it's a required thing. But, like, if we're having to move from here to there, we can do baby steps, okay? So, yeah. So what will last beyond the morning, you know? The morning after. Some tips off the old block. Interesting. I've got a few more bites here. Actually, I have quite a few more bites. But I am determined to enjoy my life while I'm determined. It is true. Five of Wands, contention, and the Tower moment in reverse. Attention. So I guess it's lack of attention. I don't know. Oh my gosh, for sure. What is going on? Okay, so this is connected to this, okay? And kind of like this gold digging energy. Issues with satiability. And there's contention driven, like a restless spark. An energetic, like a line that has been cut off. So if there's like something that's running that's electric, of course, if you it's like the power lines, okay? If something snaps, it's like it's crazy, right? Causing not just mass hysteria, especially in the moment, but danger. So this is no secret. Being at the top of the deck and it was still covered, but it stood out like amongst the others, you know? It was off the top, the froth, the favorable part if you're having like some like handcrafted coffee, but it's the unfavorable part if you're having beer. So again, back to this part and the old world to new world, what the frick was that? Oh, sorry. Something about Morse code here as well, because I was wire wrapping something and I accidentally pulled on the thing and it made that sound. So there's something about a tapping. Whatever is happening here is intense, because this has to do with like fellow spiritualists, like I don't even want to call them spiritualists, fellow practitioners, okay? So they dabble in some kind of occult ways, occult measures, but there's something about like a gently rapping, tapping, something like that. It's like Edgar Allan Poe, Eleanor. There's something about that. So that has to do with like the Morse code thing. There's there's things that are happening in very much like private rooms, and it's hard to explain because it's like moment to moment, person to person. And so to relate it to somebody else who doesn't have the same conglomerate energetics of experiences will not understand. They cannot take you seriously because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you sought some help yet? You know, it's kind of like that. So a lot of things are going to transpire with my outing. It's weird. 5 of Wands. So weird. I don't know. So that goes to that. So some tips off the old block here. Okay. All right. Some tips off the old block. What do you want to tell me, my panel? Okay, there's that one. Page of Cups again. I thought reduction. So that's definitely for me. It leaned on. You saw like how it slid, and it could have easily fallen, and it didn't take very much for me to like still have it on board. My recipient hand, Page of Cups, reduction. So you know what? Go with the flow. Do your Heyoka thing on yourself, Tina. So if they're going to reduce the size of the team by you, then you know what? We're also minimizing the noise of like what's going on the outskirts. So this is wonderful. Like I learned so much on how to protect myself. I gained so many allies in the process of determining character just by going through everyday life. You know how amazing that is? Like how unheard of that is in that territory. People are so used to energetic patterns. It's like, I know this already. Nothing can be done about it. But when you challenge the system, you get to see other things happen. You get to see like the anomalies because you introduced an anomaly. And it surprises everyone, even those that, you know, didn't quite desire that or look for it. It's just like people need a little spice in their life, and that's totally legit. So this is sparking others' intellect, to intrigue, to integration. Some don't like to fully immerse themselves in such energies, but like every bit of change counts, definitely. Interesting. Okay, some tips off the old block. What has the full moon in Sagittarius manifested with us? That one. 3 of Wands in reverse, cohesion. So 3 of Wands in reversal is the ships are coming in. This is deploying the troops, delegating work, because cohesion is like together, you know. So if it's in reversal, this is kind of a dismissal, but it's also like a dispersing, right? Which means the ships aren't just coming in, they are in. They're already at their destination points. So some tips off the old block is that we are exactly where we should be. There's no scavenger hunt on like, is this a mistake? Let me check my tickets. My coffee is so good today too. So I was gonna go across the street to get this like really yummy chewy mochi kind of thing, jello like mochi thing. I've only had it once, but I recently tried it from like a certain meeting that we had, and I was gonna have one today. I was like, I premeditated it, but because of the things that I saw, I was like, okay, if I'm being let go, I need to be more mindful of and real with things that make me happy. So I can treat myself, but I can't like go like you know, I don't I just have to be like curb it a little. So and then that's fine, totally fine. So my coffee is I decided not to get that. I was like, okay, when more funds roll in, I'll go ahead and do that. But for right now, I'm not gonna cut myself short, sell myself short. Like I do good work. And I had a good day. I didn't throw a fuss about anything. I was a good girl all around. And so yeah, my coffee has turned out to be so good. Upstanding. Yeah. So Angels of Light and Love, what do you want to say about that? How do you like my apples? Discrimination, lovers. Oh, I am well favored. I was like, discrimination, what the heck is that? And it's lovers. You know, the element of discrimination here is that you, it's a different light. It's a favoring one because they've not only grown on you, they've become a beloved. They've become a sentience that you really truly care about. And that doesn't go, like, that doesn't happen out of nowhere. That doesn't happen out of nothing. And so it's like I've received I have favor. Oh, they're saying favor it. The it girl. The it sentience. But yeah, I'm the go-to. So this is excellent. I was told in my head, like, I inquired about it, and I was just going to let it go because I was, like, focusing on my panel, like, the panel discussions. And then they said, no, ask it. And I asked it, and that's crazy. To have favor from the angels of light and love, it's like, I don't even know what to say. That's a blessing. Totally. That's so good. There's a turtle in here, so there's a turtle spirit totem. Was it slow and steady wins the race? I did that. That's good. All right. I see a variation of a, what do you call it? A jellyfish also. Gemini Jellyfish. You see that? That's crazy. And then the faces, it looks like lungs almost. So it's air energy, so there's like something about expansion within two ways of thought and merging them together. They work simultaneously. That's jellyfish energy, let me tell you. Or octopus. I wanted to say octopus, but they're saying jellyfish. It's jellyfish energy. In walk the jellyfish. Bleh. So, well, jellyfish is definitely a spirit totem here. Interesting. Who's the crowd over here? I want to know. They've stayed quiet. Can I tell me who these two individuals, what? I'm popular. Tell me about these people here. Out of the kindness of your hearts. The Fool's in reverse. Emanation. All right. These are journeymen. These are nomads. These are simply people looking for answers. They are querents. They're not just like curious, they're querents. They want to know what drives them, like their DNA truly. They want to know, like they want to surf the seas of, you know, mysterons. They're into that. Or they found out that they were into that. Like, yep. You know, like the new craze, like, what is it? Paddle boarding or... what is it, stand-up paddleboarding? Yeah. Or yoga, like yoga SUP, that, or like, what do you call it? What do you call it? Parkour. You know, there's something like that. Like this is the new craze. Some of them might also have curly hair. I don't know what. Like, I usually don't get that. But these are like the wild childs. I'm hearing I'm the real wild one. What is that? Is that Iggy Pop? I'm definitely hearing their voice. Anyway, in reversal. I don't want to like read too much because I feel like it might be a little rude. But I feel like whoever's here is also curious to see what like I would read about them. So let's not get like too much into the nitty gritty. I just want to know generally, like who are my three here? Two of Swords in reverse. Concurrence is in reverse. So that means it's things that are simultaneous or parallel activities. And being that they're in reverse, this is in reversal. Okay, so concurrence right here. It's simultaneous parallel activities. Maybe like paranormal also. But Two of Swords is like a blocking. Like, it's whether it's done by this person or the divine themselves. It's a sharpening of one's own intellect and like kind of rooting down, basically. Yeah, simplifying. And isolating, like putting on your blinders, like tunnel vision almost to your own. And so if this, and that happens when you're doing like parallel activities, there needs to be extreme focus. But being that this is in reversal, there's staggered events. It's not happening all at the same time. There's some shared space, but there's, it's very much staggered. You know, like when you're singing and they have like different, like, you start here, and then 3 seconds later, you start here, the same verse. And then, you know, it's kind of like, I forget what they call it, but it's kind of like that. It's a different kind of harmony, and it creates like this surround sound type of resonance, which is lovely. So this is unblocked. This is open to it. It's being open to staggered activities. And the wonderful thing about this is that you're given a lot of leeway to manage accordingly. So the stressor in the Two of Swords up like this within this card is like, oh, now I have to really, really make sure that everything's right because I just have these 2 activities or whatever activities and everything else, noise cancellation on everything else, but like I have to get this like accurate, straight, exact delivery is like very much stressed. Whereas, and it can be done, let me tell you, but doing that on a regular is not recommended. So the Two of Swords in reversal is staggered activities. It gives you some wiggle room. You have the open road, but who's to say that you have to keep going on it? Like you can take like a pit stop. You can like stop and watch the stars. You can, you know, there's other things that you can do. This is wonderful because with where I'm at with this journey thing, especially like I think there's a shared space too because we were talking about this and then you as well. A shared space on these things that are rolling out. And this is great because it's like the switch cut thing of the divine. So you're not like, you can't size up everything perfectly because this thing isn't like a formula where you're like, okay, then I'll do that. And then it's not like mechanical in its execution is what they're saying. There's an element of surprise. And it's not meant to inconvenience you. It's meant to show you that you can surprise yourself in this process of engagement. So this is good. This is very, very, very good. Okay. So my pasta's getting cold. Why do I feel pressured to eat my pasta? I mean, quickly. King of Swords in reverse. Purification. Queen of Wands in reverse. Star in reverse. Okay, I'm going to accept this as my own. I'm not going to say this is like bullshit energy on the masculine and feminine side and different specialties. No, I choose not. Instead, I'm going to say we have underground mentors. I'm going to say that I'm one of the elite in underground mentoring. I offer hope. I offer a way, options on how to do things, how to execute, while not compartmentalizing. I can do this in providing customized, I don't want to call them plans, but customized versions of how others can interpret that to their own life path. That's the King of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Star card. This is basically the High Priestess rolling up her sleeves. That's exactly what this is. The High Priestess in a grounded aspect where she's a public figure. She rolls up her sleeves and she's kind of like one of the rest, without a sense of being or feeling degraded. This is almost like shamanic work in its applications, because not every high priestess does this, nor is every high priestess capable of executing this, unless there's certain checkpoints that have to be had. But when I say incapable, I'm saying the drive, the energetic pattern of their intentions don't always follow through to a shamanic way of life. But for this particular one, I can say it's good. Bottom of the deck, excellent. Okay. And then behind that is the Page of Swords in reverse. We're always going to have, there's always going to be that energy that's going to question. Like that's always going to come up in your feed of like 20,000 comments. It's going to like try to dampen, you know, stomp on your parade. No, no, they're an afterthought. Okay. It's simply just validating, you know what, you're doing yourself, you're doing right. I'll indulge you. You're Tennessee Soul Tribe crew member. Well, thanks for the indulging. Top of the deck is 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So we put in the work. That's excellent. I think that's where a lot of the tips are tipped off, basically, is in your own personal experience. What's beneath that is propulsion, the Emperor, for sure. It's not just managing your own experiences, but it's truly getting involved in them. So, yeah, it's like squeezing the towel dry. That's interesting. And there's boomerang energetics there. And what you put out there, you are certainly going to get back. So have faith. All right, so what is your takeaway, aka our takeaway? Generation, Ace of Pentacles. Talk about, like, this is interesting. Is this received or delivered? You can't quite tell here. It's suspended, though. Generation. So, this is new life. I think it's being tossed to us because it looks like with the body movements, like to fling it out, it's not, you don't fling out your other arm when you're flinging out like something. So this is like running after something and receiving it close up. Yeah, that's what's happening there. All right. So something big is coming towards us. There's no other people around here. It's just us. Okay. So what is my takeaway? What is my takeaway? Just mine. Inversion, suspension. Again, the hangman energy. My takeaway is, again, popcorn status. Just, that's your snacky snack, Tina. Just observe. Like, this is one major, like a big, you're on the big screen. and you're just like watching the playback. Like you're watching your own movie, Tina. And it's interesting. Finally, it's interesting. Huh. And not just interesting, it's entertaining. You're an entertainer. You know what I'm hearing? The piano play of the entertainer. Do 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 do. Yeah, something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that. That's the first time I've ever gotten that. The entertainer. I think that's it for now, because I want to finish the rest of my pasta. And I have other things that I need to do. Plus see if that I'm supposed to go back to work. Or if there's no response, then just like that. I'll see you on Tuesday. But I think that's it for now. Thanks so very much for all donations provided in light and love. But since this is over for now, I call back all my power to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit. Archangel Michael's blue flame. For cleansings, for blessings, for sanitary purposes. And return to me, refortified, and me and only me. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due. uninterrupted, bound to each and every person that it belongs to. Enlightened love. I close the portals in this reading. Now.